Hello, everybody. Invisible UX back after a little hiatus. I've got some pretty interesting updates for you. The focus of today is Springboard's Job Guarantee. I've recently gone through it. I was searching for quite some time, and I want to share my experience with what I encountered in dealing with Springboard with the Job Guarantee and the results. So I've got some notes just to make sure I cover everything, so I'll be referring to those. The first thing I want to stress is throughout the whole curriculum, as well as the career placement, job guarantee, job search process, the customer service with Springboard has been nothing short of stellar. Even if I didn't get a response I liked, I found their customer service to be responsive. There's a few people that I dealt with fairly consistently, and they just had the utmost level of professionalism. Also, my career coach, Julia, absolutely amazing. She really knew her stuff. She was very motivational, which is important in those months of looking for work and not really getting any bites. So big shout out to Julia. Highly recommended. She's I think starting her own thing as well as doing the Springboard career coaching. So absolutely look her up, Julia Barrett. Okay, so diving into it, the most important thing as you're considering Springboard and the job guarantee is that yes, it starts with a 6-month guarantee, but that 6-month period doesn't start until you've been approved to complete the course. So once you hit that submit on that final assignment, you then have to apply for completion. And that process can take up to a month. And what it involves is Springboard going through and making sure you've passed all of your curriculum, referring to the career coaches, making sure that you've done everything you need to there, speaking with the mentors, making sure you've passed all of the mock interviews. So I don't know why it takes a month, but it does. So that essentially adds a month to what's already been planned as a 6-month period of job search before you can qualify for that guarantee. I was fairly shocked by it because everything I read on the website, everything I read as I researched the program was 6-month job guarantee, 6-month job guarantee, 6-month job guarantee. And I built that into my savings. I figured, okay, if I don't find a job within 6 months, at least I know I can get this money back and use that for rent or whatever expenses I have. So that was the biggest surprise. Springboard did justify it, saying it was a review process of all of the projects you've completed, but I don't see why that takes upwards of a month. So as the end of the job guarantee period approached, I started getting a lot of emails. Actually, right, a month into the job search process, I got a call from Springboard saying, hey, we're doing this new program where you can opt into a job search extension, which extends the job guarantee period by 6 months for a total of 12. And their sales pitch was, we will, in addition to career coaching, we will provide you with a mentor that can review your project, similar to the mentor that you have during the course. So there was no part of me that was ever interested in that. I'm a fairly, I was pretty sound business mind, and to sacrifice the potential of getting a refund of potentially thousands of dollars for an extent, for a little bit extra career coaching and mentoring just wasn't worth it to me. I figured if 6 months wasn't enough time to follow the process, consistent process, then the process should be changed at that point. Also, my tuition, I did it monthly and I finished the program very quickly. So my tuition was right around $5,000. But if you're paying the full tuition, if you're taking the course part-time, you're looking at $8,000 or $9,000 more if you finance the program, once you factor in interest rates, $10,000, $11,000. So it's a personal decision, but imagine how much career coaching and other programs you can afford once you get that money back. Just my personal take. Again, I want to stress that it's everybody's decision, but it was my personal preference to stick with that 6 months and just see how it went. When I got close to that into that 6 month period, about a month away from qualifying for the refund, Springboard reached out to me with an offer to provide an additional IDP, free of charge. And while I appreciate that, and I understand some people might find it useful, I saw that as just kind of another way to try to get out of the refund. It didn't really seem car salesman or anything like that, but it's clear they're trying to be creative about how they can extend the job period just to help people succeed in finding jobs, which is what we want to do. So here's the meat, everybody. So this really caught me by surprise as well, and it's the black and white sort of contractual terms of the job guarantee. So again, when you're signing up for the program, all you see is 6 months job guarantee, and they talk about how you have to find a job in one of the several metropolitan regions that they work within, and have to find a job within UX or whichever track you're going, etc. But it doesn't get very detailed. So there is a black and white contractual documentation, and it really just sums up the requirement to apply for 4 jobs every week, to network at least 7 people every week as well. Surprising factors of it that are very important for you to know. There are also 2 informational interviews required every month, I believe. There's no place to log these informational interviews in the career tracker, so it's easy to forget about them. Personally, I wasn't reminded about those informational interviews. There's not really much clarity on how the informational interviews differ from networking conversations. So that's something to watch out for as you're in the job guarantee period. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you communicate with your career coach, and make sure that you're logging everything as it should be. My priority through the whole thing was, let's make this airtight. I want to make sure I complete at least 7 networking events and 4 applications, if not more, just so there's no reason not to get that guarantee or not to get that refund at the end of the period. The big kicker, though, was in the language. Springboard has the right to extend the guarantee period at their discretion if the unemployment rate, if the national unemployment rate is low or above 6%. I'm sorry, if the national unemployment rate is high and above 6%, or if the month-to-month increase in unemployment is 0.5% or greater. Or let me check my notes again. Or if there's back-to-back monthly increases in unemployment and no minimum level. So that was shocking to me. I mean, I started the program before COVID, before the economy, started plummeting. But I could imagine a lot of people wanting to take some time off for this program, or maybe they got laid off and they are thinking this is a great time to dive into this program and do a career change, thinking that, okay, great, I have a 6-month guarantee. The economy sucks, but I have this guarantee, so I'll get a job. It's not necessarily the case. I didn't have a problem personally with this. It was never mentioned by Springboard as I was going through having conversations and going through the refund process. But it is something to watch out for because it's in the contract, and they could potentially refer to it at some point. So another surprise was they can extend the job guarantee period based on seasonal slowdowns. The holiday season was provided as an example, but it seems like a fairly ambiguous definition of how they could extend that guarantee period. They could also extend it up to 6 months if there's a natural disaster. So that's absolutely something to watch out for. I feel like these things are out of my control. I could have been in a situation where I did everything, I crossed all the T's, dotted the I's, did my interviews, did my applications, and still wouldn't have qualified for that refund because of any one of those items that's in the black and white contractual language. Okay, so those are really the bigger surprises. Everything else is as you are informed during the course of the program. It's really just the ability of Springboard to modify or extend the job guarantee in any situation of high unemployment or slowdowns. So it's not just as simple as a 6-month guarantee. Again, all these are your personal decisions. I'm just trying to make things that I wish I was more aware of as I was researching the program, aware to people that are considering the program today. Okay, so diving into some of the details of the application for the refund, you have to submit either a copy of your transcript or a copy of your diploma for your bachelor degree. So they want to verify that you got that educational experience. That is clearly required from the beginning. You have to provide documentation of your work authorization. Again, that's clearly required in the beginning of from the beginning of the program. You have to confirm that all the terms of the guarantee have been met. So they will do an audit, but you have to check a box saying I did all the the 7 application or the 7 networking events per week, the 4 applications, yada yada. You also have to confirm that you haven't been offered any sort of job related to UX. So bottom line, I got the refund. I give Springboard a lot of credit for it. They followed through with their guarantee, followed through with their, what I consider a promise. And I respect them a lot for that. So hopefully you find this helpful. Throw any questions you might have in the comments. Anything, throw anything about your experience in the comments that you think might help other people. And yeah, so a little preview to the next video. Have gotten a job, little teaser. I will tell you all a little bit more about that in the coming week or so. Till then, take care.